Ang boses ng Korte Suprema ay boses ng konstitusyon. At kung sino man ang sasapaw sa boses na ito ay isa lang ang tono. Ambisyon. Mag-move on na tayo. Magtrabaho at huwag konsintihin ang isang spoiled na bonjing. Huwag tayo magpalaki ng buwaya, baby pa nga ang tawag, lulong na. Sa mga mahal kong kongresista, may suggestion po ako. Ito suggestion lang naman, Huwag niyong masamain. Kesa inaatupag ninyong palitan ang pinili ng taong bayan, binoto at minahal. Bakit di nyo nalang palitan ang tao, kayo naman lang ang pumili? Kung yung speaker nyo na lang ang paltan nyo.
Pangulo, noong ang ating Panginoong Diyos ay nilalang po niya yung unang dalawang tao, pinagsabihan niya rin po meron siyang isang sinabi sa kanila na para na rin po sa kanilang kapakanan. Ang sabi po niya, kayong dalawa, lahat ng nakikita ninyo na bunga ng halamanan sa inyong paligid at lahat ng mga hayop na nakikita nyo na gumagala riyan, pwede ninyong kainin para sa inyo lahat yan. Ngunit yung natatangi na puno na nandiyon sa gitna, ay huwag ninyong gagalawin. Matatagpo ang kabawalan ng ating Panginoon Diyos. Kaya lang po, meron pong isang ahas na biglang nakialam. Sabi niya dun sa babae, sinabi ba ikaw ng Panginoon Diyos na pagka kumain kayo dyan sa bunga nung nasa gitna na yun, ay kayo mamamatay? Oo, sabi ng babae. Ay, hindi totoo yun. Ang totoo niyan, pagka kumain kayo dyan, mas lalo kayong tatalino. Ito naman si babae, Mr. President, nakinig. At nung makinig siya, pinuntahan pa niya yung asawa niya. Yun po yung kauna-unahang under-desire po, Mr. President. Napakain din po yung asawa. Ano po ang ibig ko sabihin? Bakit ko po nilalahad ang pangyayaring ito? Meron na pong kapasyahan. Ang dami pong gustong sumausaw. Ang dami pong gustong magsabi ng kaibayong pananaw at paniniwala doon sa kapasyahan na iginagalang nating lahat. Ang ibig ko po sanang sabihin, magpakaingat-ingat naman tayo kung sino-sino na lang ang nagpapayo sa atin. Kung mapapansin po ninyo ang karamihan ng nagpapayo na yan, may pagkakatulad po silang lahat. Una, lahat po sila hindi nila binasa ng kumpleto yung rules of procedures ng impeachment proceedings sa House of Representatives. Sapagkat kung binasa po nila yon, malamang hindi po ganun ang kanilang ibinubulong. Pangalawa, lahat po nung yun ay puro paborito po ng mainstream media. Sila na lang po yung tinatanong. Pangatlo, lahat po nung yun, walang pagmamahal sa mga Duterte. Ngayon, kung yung kalipunan po ng mga tao na yun, ng karamihan po sila, sa kanila ay nagsasabi, sila po yung mga legal luminaries. Tingin ko po sa kanila, yung iba ay legal mercenaries, Sir President. With all due respect to the word. Kaya po kung minsan, imbes na po malinawan ang marami po nating kababayan, nagkakaroon po ng pag-aalinlangan. Yung iba po ay naililigaw, nalilinlang sapagkat iba't iba. Kaiba yung mga paniniwala, pinipilit at gustong ipilit na yung pa yung mananaig kesa dusang kapasyahan na po na ibinaba ng Korte Suprema. Kung sa bagay nga po, sa una ko pong paghalimbawa, Panginoon Diyos na nga po yun. Kinontra pa ng ahas. Ginoong Pangulo, Sa mga abogado po, palaging may biruan eh. Kasi po sa lahat ng pagdidiskusyon ng ating korte, lalong-lalo na po ang kataas-taasang hukuman, hindi naman po lahat ay agreeable. Merong partidong aggrieved siya, merong partidong masaya siya. Ngunit, sa katapos-tapusan wala po tayong magagawa kundi tanggapin ang kapasyahan. Minsan po sinasabi nga natin kahit pabiro, alam mo ninyo basta desisyon ng Korte Suprema ay nagiging bahagi ng ating mga batas, maliman o tama. Yun po ay nasa Article 8 Civil Code na binanggit na po kanina ni Senator Bato. Nang sinasabi po, judicial decisions applying or interpreting the laws on the Constitution shall form part of the legal system of the Philippines. Wala na po tayong magagawa doon. Batas na po yun eh. Sa akin pong naunang talumpati kanina, Ginoong Pangulo, hindi ko na po ulitin. I will just request that my entire speech, Mr. President, be incorporated by way of preference to be included in this explanation in my voting yes for my own motion. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Marcoleta, for your explanation. Madam Secretary.
Senator Marcos.
Senator Amy Marcos recognized to explain her vote.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I vote a resounding yes. Sa hinaba-haba kong pagsisilbi sa Kongreso, sa 12 taon na nanilbihan kami, ang trabaho ng kongrestista, sa pagkaalam ko, ay maging kinatawan ng kanilang distrito o kanilang sektor. Bakit naman ngayon ay naging tagabantay na lamang sila ng humihiyaw na dambuhalang sanggol? Ginawa ng bonjing na armas ang impeachment. Ang dating para sana sa kaayusan ng sistema, ginagawang pampagulo, panakot at sandata laban sa mga kinaiinggitan, kinaiinsecuran ng mga lulong sa kapangyarihan. Galangin naman natin ang Korte Suprema. Huwag tayong umastang Supremer Court. Supremest pa. Wala namang ganun ah. Sa mga kapatid kong senador, paano tayo magiging dakilang mambabatas kung tayo mismo ay hindi susunod sa batas? Ang boses ng Korte Suprema ay boses ng konstitusyon. At kung sino man ang sasapaw sa boses na ito ay isa lang ang tono, ambisyon. Kaya naman, mag-move on na tayo. Magtrabaho at huwag konsintihin ang isang spoiled na bonjing. Huwag nang busugin ng pabor. Huwag nang pumayag dahil may pabuya. Huwag tayo magpalaki ng buwaya, baby pa nga ang tawag, lulong na. Sa mga mahal kong kongresista, may suggestion po ako. Ito suggestion lang naman, Huwag niyong masamain. Kesa inaatupag ninyong palitan ang pinili ng taong bayan, binoto at minahal. Bakit di nyo nalang palitan ang tao, kayo naman lang ang pumili? Ayaw paawat ng iba sa kakaflex. Ano kaya kung yung speaker nyo na lang ang paltan nyo? Kaya nyo yan. At dahil dito, bumuboto ako ng malakas na oo. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Senator Amy. Before the Secretary recognizes the next Senator, who are these people almost creating trouble there? Can you please trace their identities and send them out of this building? Secretary.
Senator Padilla.
Senator Robin Hood Padilla is recognized to explain his vote.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo. A'udhu billahi minasyaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Bismillahi wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Alam niyo po, ito na po siguro ang pinakamaligayang araw sa buhay ko sapagkat makasaysayan. Ako po ay nagpupugay at malalim na paghanga sa isinagawang paliwanagan ni Senator Marcoleta, Senator Soto, Senator Hontiveros, Senator Lacson, Senator Pangilinan, Senator Aquino, Senator Pia Alan Cayetano, Senator Raffy Erwin Tulfo, Senator Mig Zubiri. Ang palitan ng mga paniniwala sa plenaryo ay simbolo ng humihinga at buhay na Senado. Nagagawa natin ang kalayaan at kasarinlan. Isang demokrasya na naririnig ang bawat naratibo. Tagahanga po ninyo ako lahat. At alam naman po ninyo, sa maiksing panahon ko rito, ako ay pro-Westminster. At ngayon, system po, system. Yan po yung parang sa UK. At yan po yung nakita ko ngayong araw na ito. Ang lahat ng mga senador ay gising, ang lahat ng mga senador ay nandito, ang lahat ng mga senador ay nagtatrabaho sa ayon sa kagustuhan kong makita ko ang bawat debate at ang bawat opinion ng bawat isa. Kaya nagpapasalamat po ako. Napakagandang araw po nito sa inyong lahat at sa ating lahat. Ngayon, mga kababayan, gusto ko pong malaman ninyo na ako po ay nagbibigay pugay sa lahat ng nanonood sa atin ngayon. Malamang ang sasabihin ninyo, siyempre si Robin Padilla, ang boto niyan, alam na natin. Eh, mabuti po, alam nyo na. Ang gusto ko lamang pong liwanagin ay ito. Ang nais ko, sana, ay katapusan na nito. Dismissal. Una pa lang po, bago pa lang po kami na-convene, labag na po sa kalooban ko na matuloy ito. Nakita nyo naman po, noong nagkasumpaan, talagang ipinaglalaban namin na politika ito. Politika ito At kailangan ng due process. Pero natuloy pa rin po, nag-convene pa rin. Pero hindi pa rin po ako nagsuot ng robe dahil para sa akin ay protesta. Dahil ayoko po talagang matuloy. Bakit? Sa loob po ng matagal na panahon ni Bonifacio, ni Aguinaldo, panahon ni Aguinaldo, ni Quezon, panahon ni Marcos Sr., ni Aquino Sr., ni Aquino Jr., ni Arroyo, Marcos Jr., PRRD Duterte, HOR ngayon, at Vice President Duterte. Hindi na po tayo natapos sa usapin ng politika at yaan po ay pinagtibay ng Supreme Court sa kanyang desisyon na sinabi niya mismo, oo, politikal ang impeachment, pero hindi kailanman dapat masagasaan nito ang karapatan ng tao. Malinaw at yun po ang pinaglalaban natin at kailangan dumaan sa tamang proseso. At yan po ang pinaglalaban natin. Ngayon, mga mahal kong kaibigan, pagkatapos po natin marinig ang bawat punto ng bawat isa, sana po matapos na po ito at harapin na po natin ang mga tunay na problema ng bayan. Katulad po ng sweldo, katulad po ng agrikultura, pagkain, kaguluhan sa West Philippine Sea, sa buong mundo. Ang dami po nating dapat pag-usapan. Total, meron pa naman pong Pebrero. Ang sinabi naman po ng Supreme Court at ang Supreme Court naman po, ang siya naman po dapat na sinasabi ng saligang batas. Malinaw po. Matagal po akong ginawang chairman ng constitutional ni dating Pangulo Mig Zubiri. Pinagkatiwalaan niya po tayo, pinag-aralan po natin yan, at malinaw sa konstitusyon na ang magpapaliwanag ng saligang batas ay Supreme Court. Kaya sana po, ako'y malungkot talaga dahil napunta tayo sa archive. Yung archive, binasa ko pwede pala yan hukayin anytime, kung ano man. So, hindi pa rin tayo natapos. Kaya sana po, bagamat ang boto ko ay yes, aray. Gusto kong malaman at mailagay po sa lathalan ng Senado na ako'y may reserbasyon dyan. Malaking reserbasyon ko dahil gusto ko dismissal. Tapusin na natin to. Hindi pa tayo natapos Total, nasabi na lahat. Ilang oras ang banatan. Pero hindi pa rin natapos. Kaya po, mga mahal kong kababayan, bago po ako umupo, nais ko pong malaman ninyo na ang inyong Senado ay tumatakbo. Huwag po kayong malungkot sa mga hindi pabor sa amin o sa mga pabor naman. Isa lang po ang masasabi ko. Tigilan na natin ang politika at mahalin natin ang bawat isa, magkaisa na tayo, pag-usapan natin ang mga totoong problema. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Senator Robin Hood Padilla, Madam Secretary.
Senator Pangilinan.
Senator Francis Kiko Pangilinan is recognized to explain his vote.
This representation votes no. Unang-una, ang boto na no ay hindi nangangahulugan na hindi natin nirerespeto ang pasya o kapangyarihan ng Korte Suprema. Lalo-lalo na't hindi pa ito pinal. Wala sa hanay ng mga senador na bumoto ng no ang nagsasabi na hindi dapat respetuhin ang pasya ng Korte Suprema. Hintayin lang ang final decision. Kung tutuusin, kung
Plan your getaway with Agoda today. All your travel needs in one place. See the world for less. Book now.
Sa mga importanteng usapin, kailangan natin igalang, kilalanin at bigyang halaga ang kakayahan at kaalaman ng mga maestrado ng kataas-taasang hukuman na binigyan ng kapangyarihan ng ating konstitusyon bilang huling hukom na ipaliwanag kung ano ang batas at kahulugan nito at magdesisyon ng pinal sa isyung ukol sa konstitusyon. By recognizing the authority of the Supreme Court on the matter, the Senate does not abandon its mandate and its wisdom as an independent political body, nor does it concede or submit to a co-equal branch of the government. We are simply upholding the rule of law. At kung susuway tayo sa desisyon ng Supreme Court sa isang isyung konstitusyonal, binabaliwala natin ang konstitusyon. Ito ay magdudulot ng isang krisis sa ating saligang batas at lipunan na hindi makakabuti para sa taong bayan. As a functional society governed by the rule of law, we must accord our democratic institutions with respect, value their guidance, recognize their competence, and cherish their independence. Mr. President, pinapatunayan ng desisyon na ito na makakaasa ang tao na ang due process ay hindi lang guni-guni o kasabihan walang katuturan. Na ang due process ay para sa lahat at hindi lang para sa mga kakampi. Isang patunay na mapabisi presidente man o ordinaryong Pilipino, makakasigurado tayo na ang mga institusyon, ang Korte Suprema at ang Senado ay handang ipagtanggol, pahalagahan at bantayan ang ating mga karapatan. Without the rule of law, people may act without accountability, government leaders may act on personal interest, individual rights can no longer be guaranteed. Without the rule of law, there can be no justice, no order, and no real democracy. To end, I would like to quote Supreme Court Senior Associate Justice Leonen, who penned the decision. There is a right way to do the right thing at the right time. This is what the rule of just law means. This is what fairness or due process of law means, even for impeachment. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Senator Villar. Before recognizing Senator Zubiri, I'd like to thank him for his patience because he's always last whenever we do nominal voting. At some point in time, you might want to make a motion, Senator Zubiri, for us to draw lots on which letter of the alphabet we will start voting.
Thank you,
The
Mr.
gentleman
President.
may proceed.
Maraming salamat, Mr. President. Alam mo po yun, Ginoong Pangulo, dahil magkasama po tayo sa Kongreso ng 3 termino. At dun sa 3 termino, na alam ko yung bilang po natin ay 265, 268 congressmen. Napakahirap po pag ang iyong pangalan ay nagsisimula sa letrang Z. Kasi ako po ay palaging huli. Minsan po, wala na pong tao nakikinig sa akin. Yung janitor na po, mga page ang nag-aayos ng mga upuan. Pero, subalit na yung araw na ito, nagpapasalamat ako at napakarami pang senador na nandito po na yun. Nandito si Senator Bato, Senator Bong, Senator Robin Padilla, Senator Amy, Senator Erwin, Senator Mark Villar, our Senate President Pro Temp, who's not listening, but he's here with us today, together with the movant, Senator Marcoleta, and all the rest, no? Nandito ang 2 Cayetano na kaibigan natin, yung mga seatmates nandito, and minority. Pero Mr. President, honestly, it pains me to vote against my minority floor leader. It pained me and Senator Lauren. But what we are called to do here today goes beyond a simple vote. We all know that, Mr. President. It goes beyond a simple vote. Rather, for me, it's a test of our commitment to our Constitution and the rule of law. When the House of Representatives transmitted the articles of impeachment to us in February 5, 2025, my position was clear. We must go ahead with the trial, as this is our constitutional duty. In many interviews, that's what I said. It doesn't matter how I feel about it, because many people already said that I was on the other side. But I've said it doesn't matter what my personal feelings are. What matters is that we proceed with our constitutional duty. When the motion to remand the articles of impeachment came up on June 10, 2025, it was also my position, again, clear, that we must remand the articles not for the sake of dismissing the trial, Mr. President, but for the purpose of ensuring that the House of Representatives had not violated the impeachment process as laid out in the Constitution. I have always upheld the principles of rule of law and the primacy of the Constitution. And I've consistently shown the highest respects for the Supreme Court as the final arbiter of all constitutional questions. So today, again, my position is clear. We must respectfully adhere to the Court's ruling that the current impeachment complaint is unconstitutional. Our Constitution expressly empowers the Supreme Court to review even the article or the actions of political branches. In Francisco versus House of Representatives, that case which has been mentioned by almost all my colleagues here, the court affirmed that it is the final arbiter for constitutional questions with authority to strike down acts that violate the Constitution. Thus, I vote to support the Supreme Court on not to proceed with the trial of the articles of impeachment as it violates both the Constitution and the guarantees of due process, rendering the current complaint unconstitutional and void ab initio. The grave denial of due process only magnifies its fatal defect. Without jurisdiction, any trial would be meaningless and any verdict null and void, Mr. President. To disregard the court's unanimous ruling would be to invite a constitutional crisis and to break our oath to support and defend our Constitution. The power of impeachment is not without limits, Mr. President, my dear colleagues. It must be exercised within the boundaries set by the Constitution as interpreted by the Supreme Court. And let me be clear for those listening tonight. The court did not place the Vice President beyond scrutiny. It simply required that any future impeachment follow constitutional safeguards. As simple as that. A new complaint may be filed by February 6, 2026, lawfully and with due process, at doon na po natin magagamit, Senator Kiko Pangilinan, yung ating mga gown at robe. Kasi sigurado, as the day will shine tomorrow, there will be an impeachment case filed against her. And we will be ready. This time, we will be prepared and follow the due process that was mentioned by the Supreme Court. I speak Mr. President, as someone who's been a legislator for over 2 decades now, together with the Senate President, long enough to know that our fragile democracy rests on the strength of our laws, that our freedoms are given shape by our rules and traditions. And you all know me as a stickler for rules and traditions, together with my minority leader. I have served in both houses, House of Representatives and the Senate, and here in the Senate, being formerly a majority leader, the Senate President, and now your Deputy Minority Leader. In all these roles, Mr. President, I've been conscientious in adhering to the rules and traditions that protect the integrity of our beloved institution. It is in this spirit that I adhere to the Court's decision. My vote today is based on the Supreme Court's decision last July 25, 2025, without prejudice to whatever resolution it may later render on the motion for consideration. That's why I thank the good movement, Mr. President, to allow me to amend or to allow the amendment of his motion to make it a mere archiving of the document, because that will never stop us from being able to pull out that document from the archives. Maraming salamat sa ating mahal na movement, si Senator Marcoleta. Let me just say this, Mr. President, to end my manifestation and my vote. Restraint is not weakness. It is obedience to constitutional order. Let us act not in defiance of, but in deference to the Constitution, to the Supreme Court, and to the people who have entrusted us these powers in this very chamber. Daghan kay salamat sa ako mga kaigsunan, and may God bless us all. Maraming salamat, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Zubiri. With 19 affirmative votes, 4 negative votes, 1 abstention, the motion of Senator Marcoleta, as amended by Senator Joel Villanueva, adhering to the immediately executory decision rendered by the Supreme Court en banc on July 25, 2025, which among others held that the articles of impeachment are null and void ab initio, and that the Senate did not acquire jurisdiction, and to move to transfer the articles of impeachment in relation to case number 002-2011, entitled "In the Matter of the Impeachment Trial of Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte," to the archives. The same is hereby approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. President, Senator Bam Aquino would like to insert his explanation of vote into the record.
So inserted as requested by Senator Bam Aquino
and
into the
together with
records,
Senator J.V. Ejercito, Mr.
as well as that of Senator J.V. Ejercito. What is the pleasure of the Honorable Pangilinan?
Yes, just a parliamentary inquiry, Mr. President. If I recall, in previous votes, we first get the results of the vote before we go through an explanation of the vote. It seems like we have changed the process of voting.
That was upon the motion of Senator Zubiri earlier, which the chair explained before we put the matter to a vote.
I raised this question because, well, the reason why, at least the practice was, the votes first before the explanation is that at times when there are contentious voting, the quorum may suddenly disappear, or there will no longer be a quorum because of the long process of voting. So
the gentleman is correct unless a member asks that the procedure we just adopted is instead followed, and in this particular instance, the Honorable Zubiri moved without objection from any member, hence the procedure that we adopted.
Mr. President,
Senator Zubiri.
Therefore, that motion that I made was only for today.
Okay.
We can go back to traditional practice.
That is the understanding.
Thank you very much,
correct, Senator Zubiri.
Thank you for the clarification, Mr. President, Mr. Majority Leader.
Majority Floor Leader.
Yes, Mr. President, some administrative matters, Mr. President. May I move, Mr. President, that we dispense with the reading of the journal of the 5th session, Tuesday, August 5, 2025, and consider the same as approved. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, motion of the Majority Leader is approved.
Mr. President, with the consent of the body and noting that for some measures this shall lead to a third committee referral, and upon consultation with the minority and conformity of the chairperson of the Committee on Games and Amusement, I move for the secondary committee referral and or change of secondary committee referral as the case may be on the following measures concerning anti-online gambling to the Committee on Banks, Financial Institutions, and Currencies, while the prior secondary referrals will now be third committee referral. This is in view of the measure's implications on the financial and banking system, particularly with respect to fund transfers and other financial transactions associated with online gambling platforms. These are Senate Bill number 30, 47, 57, 142, proposed Senate Resolution number 12, proposed Senate Resolution number 19, and the privilege speech of Senator Zubiri delivered last July 30, 2025. I so move, Mr. President.
The understanding is the lead committee will still be the Committee on Games. The majority leader simply changed the secondary
Yes,
committees.
Mr. President, that is correct.
May we know if there is a third committee being referred to?
Majority leader.
Sorry, what's the question?
If the third committee is Ways and Means, we have no problem with that. But if the third committee, as I read it, is the banks, that does not fall in the Rule 10, Section 15.
That's the second, Mr. President.
Second, not the third.
Not
Your
the
Honor.
third.
So there are only two committees. Referral.
Three, Mr. President.
Three. What is the third?
The third is the Ways and Means. Mr.
Yeah,
President.
no problem with that. What about the others? I have a list here of your PS 19 and the privilege speech of Senator Zubiri referred to 4?
Including the privilege speech, Mr. President, of Senator Mig Zubiri.
You are referring it to 4 committees?
Three.
Three committees
only, Mr.
and not
President.
Ways and Means and
Banks and
not Ways and
Games
Means
and
or
Amusement,
Finance.
Mr. President.
Yeah,
Games
but
and Amusement
if
being
it's
the
not
lead
Ways
committee,
and
Mr.
Means or
President.
Finance and you go beyond 2, you refer it to the Committee on Rules. That's the procedure.
That's why, Mr.
Yes,
President,
not the
we
banks,
are.
not the committees.
Yes, Mr. President, that's the reason why we are asking the consent of the minority, Mr. President. If it is not okay with the minority, Mr. President, I will.
Your Honor, the reason why it's the majority leader that's making the motion with the consent of the body is precisely because the request for additional committees was referred to the Committee on Rules, and it's the
Committee on Rules asking for the permission
Yes,
because it was
that is
originally referred to you already.
Yes,
Yes,
Your
Mr.
Honor.
All right.
President.
And, we were not informed.
Thank you for your understanding, Your Honor.
I told you.
Any objection
I told you.
to the motion of the majority leader? There being none, motion is approved.
Mr. President.
Before recognizing the majority floor leader, Chair would like to correct the case number it mentioned earlier. The record should reflect that the motion pertained to case number 003-2025. The correction is so ordered to be reflected into the records. Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. President. Mr. President, at this juncture, I move that we adjourn the session until 3 o'clock in the afternoon of Monday, August 11, 2025.
Before
So,
acting
Mr.
on the motion of the Majority Leader, Chair would like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the Chamber, both majority and minority, for your presence, patience, forbearance, and magnanimity that we were able, in such a way that we were able to dispose and vote on this difficult matter of national interest in the most pleasant manner, form, shape, and size. Thank you very much. Is there any objection to the motion to adjourn? Hearing none, session is hereby adjourned until 3 o'clock in the afternoon of Monday, 11 August 2025. Thank you.